Oh, so he's gonna go back to his old ways. That's interesting. I didn't expect he was gonna say that. I guess he feels he can't commit to that way of life. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another edition of Western Wednesdays. So for the past month in October, I was kind of choosing westerns that had a kind of a horror vibe to it. But back to the kind of the more traditional style ones now, and we're back to a bit of John Wayne. It's been a while. I think the last one I watched was Rio Bravo, although I was supposed to watch uh, uh, Stagecoach, but obviously had that unfortunate incident where I accidentally deleted the file. I still might go back and rewatch that at some point. I'll probably put a poll up at some point about that. But yeah, this one, so Angel and the Badman from, I think it's 1947. So yeah, I guess like because I think Stagecoach was Wayne's first big film, so it kind of, I'm sure at this stage he was a very big name, but he was still kind of early enough stages of it. I don't really know much about the premise of this film. So yeah, I'll just get into it. But as always, guys, if you like the reaction, like and a comment would be fantastic. We've been joining the content for quite a while. You can hit the subscribe button as well. Also, a Patreon page. Leave a link in the description if you want to check that out. And as always, big thank you to all the subscribers here on the channel and all the patrons on my Patreon page, especially Ravi, who's on the highest tier. But with that said, guys, let's watch Angel and the Badman. Yeah, right into it. Is that Wayne? John Wayne and Gail Russell. Don't think I've heard of her name before. Lee Dixon. He was a footballer, played for Arsenal. Sure, it's not the same guy that played in the 80s and the 90s. Monument Valley. I don't think I might be wrong, but I don't think, did Ford direct this one? Hang on, I'm sure it should come up. Who directed it? Or did we already see that? Oh shit, it was there now, written and directed by James Edward Grant. Okay, so it's not Ford, because I know Ford loves to film in Monument Valley. A lot of the westerns have been, or at least certain aspect or portions of it have been set in that location. So I'm assuming he was in a gun battle, took out a few of them, and now he's on the run. Do you know, like some of these old westerns are quite darkened up, but there is a kind of a wholesome factor about these old kind of films, and just these films of this era in general, that you just don't get with modern films. The horse probably just exhausted, ran into exhaustion, or maybe he's just collapsed himself. Exhaustion. I don't think it's gonna hurt you. I think he was just trying to help you.
Give me that horse.
He couldn't go on. Nor could you. You're injured, man. Let us take you in the house.
I gotta go on. Gotta get to the telegraph station.
We'll take you. Penelope?
After you get some rest. I wonder, is he like, curious to know, is he in the wrong? Like, did he do something, like criminal activity or something, and them going after him is justified, or was he just wrong place, wrong time, or was could be anything? Okay. There's the. She's taken aback by him a bit. a second.
Sorry, closed down for the night.
I know, but this is urgent. Won't you
No,
please?
come out of there, you. Can't go against my schedule. Closed down.
But can't you make this one exception?
No.
Get in here.
What?
Bring a light with you.
You can't do this to me. I won't stand for it. The Union Pacific won't stand for it. Night prowling around here like this. You got your gall busting in my office? Who do you think you are, anyway? My key's closed down for the night. Well, you can write it, but I
I
won't...
don't think he's listening to you.
Here, let me.
Territorial Recorder's Office. Fort Lansing. Have filed corner stakes on plots 234, 235.
He's gonna collapse.
Chart 1089. Recording my name. That's all.
How shall I sign it?
Quirt Evans.
Yes. See, obviously, a known figure then, given by his reaction. Yeah, I knew he was gonna collapse. Did she kiss him? Oh no. Just the way he kind of fell. I don't think she minds him resting his head on her shoulder like that though.
All set, Mr. Evans. Why, he ain't dead, is he? No, just knocked out.
Yep.
So that's Quirt Evans.
Who's Quirt
His
Evans?
gun. See how many notches he's got in his gun? Not any that I can see. I sure ain't gonna touch it and find out. He might wake up and take it the wrong way. Why, when he and Wyatt Earp were deputies over the Tombstone, the two of them shot it out of the whole Clanton bunch.
So he worked with her.
So that's Quirt Evans.
So he has real credit then.
He is quite a man with the gals. They say he's closed the eyes of many a man and opened the eyes of many a woman.
She could be the next
Would you
one.
call my father, please?
Yes, ma'am. Where are we taking him?
The wagon. Take him home.
Quirt Evans? You're crazy. I'd soon have a black powder bomber in my house. Heavy, ain't he? And I know a dozen men ride night and day. Catch Quirt Evans helpless like this. Get him in there. I've heard about you people. How you don't believe in guns or anything like that, only doing good. So take my advice. You'll stay plenty far away from Mr. Quirt Evans.
Thank you very much for your advice. Good night.
Good night.
That could be interesting now. So obviously he's a notorious gunfighter,
So long, Quirt.
and they don't believe in guns. So
That
it seems
Quirt
going to be
Evans
kind of a
is
clash
sure
there of
Quirt
philosophies.
You know him?
Do I know Quirt Evans? Do I know Quirt Evans? What a question.
Sam. Don't.
If that doesn't quiet him, I don't know what will.
Oh,
I'll never get that bullet out with him kicking around like
Oh,
that.
he's shot.
I'm afraid to give him any more sedative. He's already had enough.
Please be quiet. The doctor's
He
trying.
can't hear you. What do you suppose that delirious mind is searching for?
He must be in great pain.
Not with that much laudanum in him. It's as if he were reaching for something. Something specific. I don't understand it. By now, he should be completely inert.
I didn't think. No. All right. All right. All right.
Oh, you flipping Edwards. Sorry guys, I out of my control these things. I'm watching this one on YouTube.
Oh, Thomas, how's the young man?
Delirious.
Taking a look. Was he gonna hide the gun maybe?
A gun in this house, Thomas?
But they put these back in the gun belt.
Oh, he took his bullets, okay. I suppose, like, while he's in the house, you know, you gotta respect their
Maybe
beliefs.
we'll have to get something and tie him down.
Once he leaves, they
Are
can
you
give him back to
crazy?
him.
It's empty.
That relaxed him.
So that was it. A gun.
It's a pity.
It's stupid. These wild ones, I keep picking bullets out of them and setting their bones. Why? It's their destiny to wind up on Boot Hill.
No.
Boot Hill, that's referenced a lot in Gunsmoke.
Never speak evil, huh? Well, get me some more hot water, young lady, and we'll start patching him up for whatever's in store for him. Come on, help me with his boot.
Yeah, she's smitten. Even though she's not even really had a proper
Mother.
conversation with him yet.
Tell me again. What, dear? Oh, about meeting Father.
He's waiting for that. How he fell in love.
That 1,000 times. He was working on the roof of the new meeting house. He fell off, and I picked him out of the dust and held him in my arms. He always said I hugged him before I ever even knew his name.
And they both knew right away?
Of course.
Now she knows that she's getting to, or alluding to.
Of course, I knew he was a peaceful man, a member of the society. An evil man would seek a more profitable way of life than being a member of the Friends.
Father had a beard then, didn't he?
Yes?
I should think that would scratch. I prefer a man clean shaven.
Okay, better shave so after this.
He's got the constitution of a mountain lion. He'll pull through, barring blood poisoning. These wild ones never seem to get blood poisoning, though it's common enough among the godly.
You so-called atheists. You always feel so compelled to stretch your godlessness.
Wash him. The bullet's out.
I didn't even know atheist was like, used as a term back then.
He's in no danger.
I bet he killed a lot of people. No, he didn't. How does he know?
That's enough, John. A friend
Or at
doesn't
least
speak
like
of such
openly
things.
like that, you know.
Mrs. Worth, get that man out of here.
But he's badly injured, Doctor.
This isn't civilized Pennsylvania. This is a raw frontier. You must take a realistic attitude. This is a place where mayhem, theft, and murder are the commonplace instead of the unusual.
Maybe they
that
should move out of
justify
there then
leaving
if
a
that's the
wounded man
case.
to die?
Build your house by
Regardless
the
if
side
he's
of the
there or
road
not.
and be a friend to man. Ye who believe.
I don't mind your mocking. You've been a good friend to us.
I'm glad I have a logical mind.
And a good heart. Good night, Doctor.
Science versus fate. There's a bit of theme there now as well. Theme of battles. Science versus fate.
Still having delirious spells.
Peace.
Keeps mumbling about his past.
Philosophy versus the way of the gun.
I'm afraid he's had a very violent life.
Cards. Stand pat. Copper on my belt and the black ace. Now, you're a shapely hussy.
Oh, okay.
Got real confirmation, Margaret. Huh? Oh, you fill out that dress just right. Right's your color.
She might take note of this now. Maybe wear something in red.
Chart 1089. 1089.
Back there now.
Margaret, you're a nuisance. Let's call it off, Margaret. Yeah, I got places to go and country to put behind. Sure, all right. Lila. If I owned a mint, I'd put your head on every coin. I used to smoke corn silk when I was a kid. Your hair's just like that, Lila. Light brown, yellow mixed up. Just like corn silk, Lila. All gold, tawny.
Keeping her entertained anyway.
Penny? You know, the doctor says he's completely out of danger. Just sleeping. You know, Dr. Penny considers him her own personal patient. Sit down. And will you bring some milk?
Playing the role of the nurse.
When you finish, you can go up and watch him while you card your wool on the loom.
He doesn't need watching. He's had no temperature these past few days. Just a superlatively healthy animal, restoring his depleted strength with sleep. He's no longer delirious. But of course, if you're determined to watch over him, Penny, perhaps you'd better take a pencil and paper with you. His first conscious words should be recorded. They may be of great interest to history. Or more possibly to a United States Marshal. Who knows what violence is involved with his battered frame and his bullet holes.
Would you care for a donut, Doctor? They're not as light as they should
Listen,
be.
Mrs. Worth. You can carry this head-in-the-sand attitude just so far in a world of reality. Let me get this man out of your house. I can dump him in the establishment that passes for a hotel in this oft-times dubious community of ours.
In that unsanitary hovel?
Then he'll be off your hands.
But he's much better off.
It is interesting
Of course
how
he is, but who cares
much
what
they're
happens
pushing to let him stay, even though he did come with a gun or something they don't believe in. But
I don't know what to say.
I guess first and foremost, they're good people looking to look after someone, and he hasn't done anything to
Once, when I was
suggest
studying
that he's a
medicine in
bad
Europe,
person.
I had a friend,
Just
an
someone who
artist.
lives a
He drew
different way than
portraits
them.
of people and made them resemble the animals they reminded him of. He'd have drawn this man as a coiled cobra.
Oh, Doctor, your analogy's terribly imperfect, and your naturalism faulty. Cobras don't coil. Oh, but Doctor, we're so fond of you, and we respect you so greatly. We're sure that you will finally realize that realism, untempered by sentiment and humanity, is really just a mean, hard, cold outlook on life. A frightened outlook.
I stand defeated. And furthermore, there are times in this house when I feel as if I were living in a never-never land. But don't hesitate to call on me anytime you need help.
At least he's not bitter about them not going with his decision. Or his suggestion, I should say.
The limited edition Zinger Chicken Fillet More exclusively at KFC. Available till November 12th.
Get rid of the cheese and I'd eat it. Oh, jeez. I forgot the bullets had gone out of it. Still, though, from her point of view, that's a threatening way to respond to seeing her. Although, obviously, he didn't know where he was.
Hello.
You're awake.
Sure. I'm awake. What is all this?
What?
Where am I?
Oh, don't you remember? Father and I drove you into town. Is anything wrong?
No.
The doctor says you'll be all right in a week or two. You were delirious, you know. 2 days and 2 nights.
Well, maybe that's why I'm so hungry. I could eat a yearling steer. If I could catch one.
Oh, well, we'll get you something. Mother! You talked a lot in your delirium. Mother, he's awake.
How is he?
Hungry.
Oh, if he's hungry, he's going to be all right.
Thanks a lot for housing me.
You're welcome. Smoked sausage and eggs?
Sounds great.
Ooh, smoked
2
sausage.
eggs,
Sounds
or
nice.
Would you like 3?
I'd like 6.
Oh, you shall have them. Penny, get one of Father's shirts and a razor. I'll get him some food.
Well, she'd be happy with that because she said she prefers clean shaven anyway.
So I talked a lot.
Yes. I listened only because I thought you might say something that would aid us in helping you. As to notifying your wife, for instance.
What did I say?
If you had a wife.
What did I talk about?
Fingers crossed he doesn't, right?
Talked of Margaret. She filled out a red dress.
What else?
Oh, you mentioned someone named, Lila?
Is that all?
She look on her face
If you have
like...
a wife, we could notify her.
No wife.
Did he spot that smirk? I think he did.
That's 12. I haven't been so flattered since my donuts won first prize at the fair back in Pennsylvania.
12?
You must be smart in Pennsylvania.
Some of the
12
members thought it an
donuts?
exhibition of pride to enter my donuts.
Jesus, I get sick.
But what harm can there be in a little donut?
Oh, I like
One eats
donuts.
so many of them that they explode, which is likely to happen to you, young man.
Well, there's worse ways of checking out.
I'll help you with the dish.
No. Please stay and watch Quirt Evans. I'm curious to know the effect of 6 eggs, a pound of sausage, and 12 donuts.
Oh my
I'll call you
God.
in time for the milking.
12 donuts. Jeez.
Do all you people from Pennsylvania talk like that?
Like what?
The?
Oh, well, we're friends.
Friends of who?
Of all. The Society of Friends. Many people call us Quakers.
Oh, it's a religion.
It's a belief.
That on the wall. And each human being has an integrity that can be hurt only by the act of that same human being, and not by the act of another human being. Is that Quaker stuff?
Mm-hmm.
You mean nobody can hurt you
Can I
but
assess that?
yourself?
That's a friend's belief.
Well, supposing somebody whacks you over the head with a branding iron. Won't that hurt?
Physically, of course. But in reality, it would injure only the person doing the act of force or violence. Only the doer can be hurt by a mean or evil act.
Are there very many of you Quakers?
Very few.
Sort of figured that.
Some of the guys that were after him, or just random shitheads that are just close to town. Maybe they're not a fan of the father, and they might just start making awkward stuff for, or making things difficult for him, and then John Wayne's gonna have to
Morning, gentlemen.
step up.
Morning.
Carrot from a garden.
I found these out on the road. They belong to a fellow named Quirt Evans. I understand you're a friend of his. I thought maybe you'd see that he gets them back.
Leave him here, I'll see if he gets them. That Quirt. He'd lose his shirt if it was buttoned on. Careless about everything. I keep telling him, sooner or later he...
On second thought, you can just tell me where he is, and I'll take him on back to him myself. Where is Quirt Evans?
You mean, where is
Oh, what an idiot.
You ever notice how a fellow keep repeating the question when he's stalling about answering?
Yeah. Maybe if I bend this gun over his head, he'll quit stalling.
Well, gentlemen, I hardly know Quirt Evans.
Uh-oh. He lies, too. You've been bragging all over town what good friends you two are. You know, this fella ain't got many good qualities, has he? Sit down, friend. Maybe that'll help your memory. I'm asking about Quirt Evans.
Well, all I know is...
I didn't think they'd locate him this soon.
Thanks for sewing the shirt. But I can't find my pants.
Get back in bed.
Oh, laziness is the only thing that's kept me there this long.
The doctor says you're to stay in bed 4 more days.
Howdy, Quirt. Oh, you're up.
That's no way to speak to an older person, John.
Well, we're pals. You wouldn't expect a pal to call me mister, would you?
See, Dr. Mangrove says to tell you some men in town were looking for you. Says one of the men was a Mr. Laredo Stevens.
Get my pants.
But your leg.
Johnny, get me my pants.
No, John.
Will he get my pants?
Get the pants, John.
What you said.
What are you looking at?
The.
Oh, boy, it's a good thing I'm not a tattletale.
What set him off?
They use the familiar in speaking to me.
The what?
The familiar. The plain language. Get thee my pants, they said.
Well, what about it?
Well, among us, thee and thou are used only to loved ones. To all others, we use you and he and they. Mother to children, husband to wife, and children to... Between lovers, of course.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm not.
What?
I'm not. I wish thee to speak so to me.
She's coming on strong pretty quickly, isn't she? I mean, it's inevitable, but I just didn't think it would happen that soon.
Well,
I knew right away, that night.
it's supposed to be a kind of a dull life. I could take you a lot of places.
I'd go.
What?
I'd rather stay here with thee, but if you'd rather go someplace else, then I'll go someplace else.
He's taken aback by that.
You sound very bold.
Well, it's just that I didn't think religious people were quite so sudden and direct.
Well, it's the way I feel, and it'd be dishonest to say anything else.
Don't think he's denying that. He's just taken aback. You would.
I used to wonder about it. I suppose every girl does.
About what?
About love. About whether as you got to know someone, you fell in love little by little, or it happened all at once. They are shocked.
Well, I wouldn't say shocked exactly, but
That's why you're walking away from her.
you sure get to the point.
Should I be different?
No, Penny, I like you just the way you are. Who emptied this gun?
Father? Cord, a gun is a symbol.
Honestly,
of
I'd appreciate her openness.
We
He's
never
not
had one in our home.
beating her on the bush,
It was
you know,
a
she's just
concession
being
that Father
honest.
allowed even an empty one. It was only because you couldn't rest without
Where are the
it.
cartridges?
Outside?
For a second I thought then they might be colleagues of his, but the way he's reacting there now, I don't think so.
Hey, why don't we just bust in?
Because busting through doors with Quirt Evans on the other side ain't my idea of a healthy pastime.
Tell him to come in.
He'll just give him the impression he's got a gun. Or that he's got a gun, that his gun is loaded.
Come in.
You can stand right there. Against the light.
Howdy, Quirt. You sure run a ring around me, all right. But you know, I don't think it was right friendly of you to beat me to locating that tract after my boys found it. Of course, I'm willing to listen to your side of it. I'm a reasonable man.
Sure. Laredo's always reasonable. That's why he's the biggest man in the territory.
You the biggest man in the territory, Laredo?
So a lot of people say.
I hadn't heard. You nervous?
No, Evans. I can't figure out why you keep stepping on my toes all the time. Of course, that's your business. I'm a good loser.
I like a good loser. Of course, I like any kind of a loser better than a winner.
Yeah. You know, I had a chance to do a heap of thinking while I was following your trail across the territory. I followed it by that string of run-out horses you left behind. And well, sir, I figured it out this way. Quirt don't really want that land. Because work ain't exactly in his line.
Is it in your line?
No, of course not. I was getting it for another fella. And, well, I figure maybe you'll sell.
I don't hear anything jingle.
Is it all right if I put my hand inside my shirt?
Why not?
I wasn't expecting that.
5,000 in gold, eh?
I want 20.
Well, okay, but I'll have to owe you 15. That's all I got on me. I got the deed in my pocket here.
Get it out.
Now, if the young lady could find us something to sign this with.
Ooh.
Still Laredo's hired boy, eh, Hondo? Picking up after him? Carrying matches for his cigars.
You mind yourself.
He'll mind himself. Won't you, Hondo?
Right, that's a good way of kind of
Would you mind taking this over to
divide
Mr.
and
Evans,
conquer
please?
kind of thing. Quill pen.
Thank you. You know, I'm sure glad to see you up and around, Quirt. We heard you was flat on your back.
Sorry to disappoint you.
And you come on over and get the rest of that money anytime. Anytime, that is, that you feel able.
I'll see you one of these days.
Well,
And that's
so
tell you
long,
what
Quirt.
day. I guess like here now they might think like the doctor had a point. I mean, obviously now there was a confrontation. I know there was no shooting, but still, and like their son and daughter were there in the room.
Saddle up my horse, will you, kid? And throw on my war bags.
What would have happened if they knew the gun was empty?
It'd have been Saturday night in Sioux City. Tie on my slicker, too.
Wants the bullets now.
Sorry.
Oh, no, Quirt, no.
What kind of a boarder do you think I am?
You can't do that. We'd tend to any wounded human, and not for pay.
You don't believe in force, so you can't force me to take it back.
I'm afraid you're outwitted, Thomas.
How long have I been here?
Almost 3 weeks.
Her heart's gonna be
I
broken
hate
now.
to get going.
Oh, but you can't. Your leg, you're in no condition to travel.
Don't worry, your cooking's got me grained up and ready for market. Adios, amigos.
Quirt. Shall I pack my things?
Don't think you want her going on this.
Why?
They'd leave without me?
I got places to go.
Quirt, I wouldn't care. It doesn't make any difference to me how far. I know so little. I didn't know it could happen to one and not the other.
I wonder if there's something that's been building up in her for a while.
thought
Though,
it
that
always
she's
happened to
been
both.
eager to kind of explore more, see more of the world, and different people, different ways of living. You know, there's probably something inside in her that's just bursting to get out. And he's kind of the catalyst for this.
Well,
Then
just
they do
coming
feel
across
that
him.
look, Penny, I'm not the kind of a guy that does things suddenly. I, gotta look before I leap. You can ask anybody, they'll tell you that Quirt Evans is a mighty cautious citizen.
Oh, then it's just that they're not sure yet.
Yeah. Sort of.
Please stay.
He's all saddled, Quirt.
Unsettling.
He's okay. Well, like, I guess, yeah. I thought he'd maybe go for a while and then come back. Hear something happen to them, but
A double eagle. Quirt, there's something I'd rather have than this. A favor, a big favor.
Well, you got them both. What is it?
Would you ride past the schoolhouse with me? There's a lot of boys who don't believe I know Quirt Evans.
Sure.
Oh, golly, everybody says you're the fastest man in the territory.
that's always a dangerous thing in westerns when you have that
Well, there's
reputation,
those who'd
because everybody's
say
coming
I'm
to challenge
pretty
you then as
slow.
well. Which the Gunfighter did that the best with Gregory Peck. Terrific western.
A man should be able to do a good day's work after breakfast like that.
I'll see that you do it. Penny, where's the bucket? Oh, I declare, Penny, I don't know what's happening to thee.
Funny thing about pancakes, I lose my appetite for them after the first couple of dozen.
Oh, they weren't very good this morning, too heavy. Wild Indian, put water on those vegetables this morning.
There's always work around here to be done.
He wanted to be a farmer, didn't he?
Not anymore, I don't.
Oh god. That's the first sign, even look she gave there.
Surely you can walk to
bad
the
side of
fire
his
without
influence.
What?
that.
And the adulation.
Oh, well, it balances me. One leg's longer than the other. You know, the weight.
Thee are a liar.
Into the barn. Could be another kissing session here now or something.
Throw the cow some hay. There's a pitchfork.
Before I was 15, I learned to hate those things. I swore I'd leave plows and pitchforks to farmers.
I'll do it.
No, I'll do it. But it's an occasion.
Thee.
What?
Oh, nothing, just thee. Penny!
It's like there's something pulling him back. Maybe he's aware that, like...
Well, you wanted hay, didn't you? Didn't thee?
I was just saying that I think maybe like there's like a block there because he realizes as well maybe that he might, like with the son example, saying like I don't want to be a farmer anymore, that maybe
Now get a bucket of water.
could have a negative influence in some way.
All I do is carry water.
At least from the traditional way they are.
No force. Say, wasn't this place irrigated? I see all these flumes and ditches.
Frederick Carson turned the water off.
Frederick Carson.
He's the man who bought the ranch up above from friends who couldn't make a go of it. We had built a community dam, but it was on his property.
Well, what'd you do about it? Don't tell me. You prayed.
Of course.
Get you any water?
Well, we didn't pray for water. We prayed for Frederick Carson.
Carson turned off the water and you prayed for him?
Of course. Can't you see? By committing an evil act, the poor man injured his soul.
Glad there's a well. 'Cause it'd sure get thirsty around here if we had to wait for Carson.
How far does that go?
Walk
Like,
is
I mean, that must be difficult to maintain that all the time. When people, like, what if they murdered someone belonging to your family or something?
Benny? Nothing.
Be sure you don't leave no slack in that cinch. The boss will sure howl.
Yeah, this ain't the first pony I ever saddled. He'd squawk no matter how I done it.
He's sure getting mean these days, ain't he?
Cantankerous by his natural bornin'. That boil in his neck don't help him none either.
Get out of my way. You belong behind a plow.
Who's Carson?
Don't get down. We ain't taking on no saddle traps on this spread. Vamoose. Are you deef? I said get moving, tramp.
Nice dam.
Yeah, what's that to you?
Take out the top 2 planks.
What did you say?
The top 2. Let 16 inches of water over there.
Who says so?
I do.
And who might you be when you're at home?
Quirt Evans.
Well, anybody might ride up here and say they're Quirt Evans. He ain't knowed around here by sight.
Well, you gotta prove
Nobody
it.
can say they're him.
Sure could.
There's a QE stamp on his saddle.
Well, take the top planks out of that head gate, you stupid idiot.
Joe, I could see a little bit of witness in this with Harrison Ford when he goes to the Amish community.
don't need all that extra water.
Step up on that pony.
Well, now, look here, Mr. Evans. I've done what you told me to.
You sure did. Step up on that pony.
Well, I'm the kind of fellow tries to get along with everybody.
Why does he want to go on the horse for?
Side me.
Well, wait a minute. Maybe we better take out a couple more of them pine chucks. I've got 10 times as much water as I need.
That'll do for now.
Well, if you ever need any more, Mr. Evans, all you got to do is say so.
I figured that.
How easy he was able to do it. Well, I guess being a notorious figure. Jesus. For some reason I think she's gonna get upset when she realizes that Kurt did it.
Now let's start off from scratch. You got more water than you need.
You're absolutely right, Quirt. I mean, Mr. Evans. Do you mind if I call you Quirt?
Not a bit. So it's no skin off your moccasins if you let a little water over that ditch.
I've never heard that name before.
No, Mr. Evans. I mean, Quirt.
You're gonna be neighborly or not?
Well, I sure am, Quirt.
Well, that's the way to talk.
He's got him like just repackaged as a completely different person.
Frederick Carson.
Howdy, Mrs. Worth.
We always knew you'd change your mind.
Yes, ma'am. I did.
Thank you, Frederick. All of us here in the valley are grateful to you.
Worth, it's like I was saying. I ain't got any use for all that extra water. Why shouldn't I let my neighbors use it? I believe that neighbors should be friendly.
They have an idea.
What you got there on your neck, a boil?
Mrs. Worth, I wrestled that burned boil
Have
off
you
of the-
tried putting soap and sugar poultice on it?
No, ma'am, I ain't.
If you get down this minute and come in the house, I'll fix it for you. That's right.
Are you gonna hurt me?
No, that's a shame. It looks awful.
Well, I guess he's getting something in return now. I think she knows that he did it. Or maybe change his mind.
Looks like your prayer straightened everything out.
So you think your gun changed, Frederick Carson, huh?
Who says I pointed a gun?
I do.
Well, I didn't.
When he gave in more easily.
The idea of what you could do with a gun.
They remember this, Court. The Lord moves in mysterious manner at times using strange methods and odd instruments.
Me? Well, it would be odd.
I just get a gnawing hankering after good pies and truck like that.
Oh, Freddie Carson.
Yes, ma'am?
I want you to have some of these. They're awful good with coffee in the morning.
Makes me want to go home and shoot my Chinese cook.
Well, you just come back for more any time you like. There are always plenty.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Frederick.
Goodbye.
No, look what you're getting out for being nice.
Man ought to see more of his neighbors. Hey, wonderful woman, that Mrs. Worth. Look, she fixed my boil.
Penny.
Excuse me, I think Father wants to give thanks.
Oh, he already thanked me.
I know, I think now he'd like to thank someone else.
Hey, hold my plunder while I get aboard, will you? You know, Mrs. Worth's going to keep me supplied in pies. I want to bring her over a quarter of beef now and then. Finally come to an understanding with my neighbors.
You sure did.
Oh, well, of course, you know I was just scared to death when I made that speech to them people. I'm glad you made me do it. Makes me feel good. Adios, amigo.
I wonder why he's looking like that. Is it because he knows it's because of what he's done in the past that's what made the neighbor decide to change his mind, or was it something else?
Dinner.
Just the way he looked there, very kind of a little confused almost, or not fully content.
How bad's dinner gonna be?
Or maybe I'm looking into it
roast
too much.
venison and vegetables, and of course a skimpy chicken.
Well, with a pie and cake, I'll try to make out.
Chicken or venison?
Both. I feel real good.
Oh, you do?
New dress.
Oh, it's first day. You call it Sunday. Kurt, do me a favor and hitch up the team for Father.
Sure.
And will you do me another favor? Go for a ride with us.
Where?
You're not to ask. It's a surprise. It's a pleasant one.
Hey, Quirt, we got a surprise for you.
He knows. I told him.
Ruined it for him.
Thought you weren't allowed to work on Sunday.
Oh, Quirt, there's nothing we're not allowed to do. It's just that we don't believe in doing what we know is wrong.
Well, that makes it pretty much each fella's own guess.
But each fella knows inside.
Well, there's a lot of gents I wouldn't want to give that much leeway to.
What's that? Who the hell is that guy? Is he one of the three guys?
I didn't mean to frighten you, miss. Is there a fella named Quirt Evans around here?
Well, yes, I'll get him.
Never mind. I can do my talking to you. It's been here long?
It's a different guy.
Weeks, I guess.
He didn't disappear for, say, 2 days during that time, did he?
No.
Hello, you weather-beaten old hangman. Penny, this is Wistful McClintock, the Marshal of the Territory.
Hi, miss.
And don't let that gray hair fool you. He's a curly wolf.
Hello, Quirt. See, I thought I had you about half hung. Tall fella, fast with a gun, held up the Baker stage, killed a couple. Now, you're right tall, and some say you're a fast man. But I guess I'll have to take the little lady's word for it. When are you and Laredo Stevens going to get around to killing one another?
Laredo? Well, we water our horses out of the same trough.
Well, I'm sure looking forward to hanging the survivor. You know, I'm a figuring man. Sometimes I don't know all the answers. Like that fella, Quirt Evans. Handy man with a Colt. While he was acting as Wyatt Earp's deputy over the Tombstone, one day he turns in his badge and starts building himself a nice cattle spread. Suddenly sells out and goes on a prod.
He doesn't like him.
Why? That's when I ain't figured yet. Sometimes things connect. About that time, a fella called Walt Ennis went down in front of Laredo Stevens. Walt was reached at the time, and some say that a gambler standing there grabbed his hand. Maybe that's connected. How did you stand with Walt Ennis?
Know him?
Two things connected?
I know a lot of people.
Well, I'll figure it out. I usually do. I'm patient.
It's like all the indiscretions from the
Young
past.
Don't be looking at him with your eyes all bugged out like a cowbird's. There ain't no future in it. So long, folks.
It's almost like he cast like a mini bombshell on her.
Quirt, please stay away from Laredo Stevens.
He owes me money. And don't worry, I might come out on top.
That'd be even worse.
Worse? That'd be worse if he goes down than if I go down?
Of course, don't you see that?
Oh, I know. I'd be a guy with a marred soul.
Shouldn't you pray for him?
So crude, Quirt. You see why I couldn't love you.
All right. I won't look up Laredo. It's better this way.
But he'd probably look up you again.
Every time he opens a door, every time he hears footsteps coming around the corner, Laredo will start sweating, thinking it's me. His food won't set well the rest of his life. Well, all right, but if I'm gonna be holy, I gotta get some fun out of it.
I guess they're saying it could be cruel in that way for him, though, because he's always be second guessing himself. When is he coming? When is he coming? The bombshell's gonna come or something to this show. It has to, like something. But at least threaten this idyllic situation between him and the family.
You know, I feel like such
If
a
not
gadabout.
irreparably
Seems hardly a
separated.
whole week since last first day.
What's this now? Is that him? Or just someone else? Coming back around.
Hey, Quirt! I thought it was you. Well, well, well.
Hello. Mr. and Miss Worth, Randy
I
McCall.
think he's embarrassed,
How do you do?
Quirt is.
How do you do?
Just fine, thank you.
Well, well, well.
You said that before. We don't want to keep you if you're in a hurry.
Well, I'm in no hurry. I got no place to go.
Well, we have.
Would you care to come along with us?
Well, sure, where?
To meeting.
To meeting? Yes, to meeting.
They're both shocked.
You don't want to go, do you?
Be nice if you could.
We'd be happy to have any friend of Quirt's.
You would? Well, that's just fine. You know, ma'am, I sure am an old friend of Quirt's. Well, I remember one time we were chasing cattle down near the Llano River. Herd stampeded, and Quirt pulled me right out from underneath him. Then there was another time, remember? In Opal's Palace down in San Antone?
We're late.
I know, but I was only trying
Goodbye.
If you can join us, it's in
Don't
the
broadcast
boat, just
my
the other side of
previous
town.
Thank you, ma'am.
actions.
Good day.
Get along. Good day.
Trying to turn over a new leaf. He's gonna talk to the others about that.
Why askest thou
Should've seen
me
where I saw
concerning
Quirt.
that which is good? One there is who is good. But if thou wouldst enter into life, keep the commandments. He saith unto him, which? And God said, thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Honor thy father and thy mother, and thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
What comes out of this thing that makes it worth all this work?
Frozen pudding. Hello, Nelson.
Hello, Penny.
Nelson Craig, Quirt Evans.
How do you do?
I think Nelson has
Howdy.
a crush on Penny.
Nelson's our horseshoer.
Oh.
By the way, I brought that maple sugar you like so much.
Oh, well,
Oh, excuse me. I'll put it here.
well, thank you.
Oh, say, isn't this the Morgan baby?
Yes, I'm minding him.
He's sure a cute little fella. Looks just like his father. Oh, I'm coming out next week to shoe the horses, Penny.
Oh, fine.
It's like a scene in like a high school.
I'll get
or
some
something.
water.
Here, let me help you.
Here, twirl this thing. Frozen pudding.
Oh god. That's exactly what he wanted.
Hold them a minute, Quirt. I want some of those flowers.
I wonder how old that baby is now.
You sick or something?
I don't believe it.
He doesn't look like you.
It's a baby.
Yeah, I know. Is it old enough to talk?
Of course not.
Well, if it can't talk, it can't snitch. Look, I got something I think you'd like to hear. Laredo Stevens is planning a big play. He's going to jump up some guys that are moving a trail herd up from the north. I figured that maybe you and me and a couple of friends could sort of play copycat.
No.
Well, you heard me, didn't you?
You're gonna have my part of it.
What am I listening to? Are you passing up a chance to blister Laredo?
That's right.
What's the matter with you, Quirt? This farmland... Oh, the dame.
Sticking your head in this bucket will shut you up.
You're getting awful touchy lately. You never used to mind what I said.
Hello.
Hi.
along with the water, Quirt.
Shut up.
It's like she has you whipped. It's gonna follow.
Quirt, would you come over here? Sit down. May I have your attention? Friends, we all know the purpose of this meeting is threefold. As always, to give thanks for the goodness bestowed upon us, but also to give thanks for the particular that the fields are again watered, and the crops and the livestock thrive.
There's 2 mushroom routes right at the head of the valley. You just take a look out there. You can see a herd coming for 10 miles. Yeah.
It's like...
Fort Evans.
It's like 2 students in school that are not paying attention.
Friends, we are happy to present you with this token of our friendship for you.
Wow, look at his name inscribed in it.
This is Quirt Evans. We're happy to have him here with us because he provided another incident which reaffirms our belief that all men are good if they are shown the light. He persuaded Frederick Carson to let down the water by showing him that a man who is a friend to other men is a happy man himself.
Say something.
May I shake your hand, Quirt Evans?
Oh.
I want to talk to you.
Jeez.
This'll sound like I'm butting into your business, and I am. And you ought to give me a watch with a gold case for doing it. You dim-witted nail-bender, marry that girl.
Marry her? Why, I assure you my intention... Well, she knows how I feel.
How would she know? Stop yammering about shoeing horses. That's no way to talk to a girl. Talk to her about her, and marry her. And do it quick.
It's not what I expected him to say.
Come on!
Oh, so he's gonna go back to his old ways. That's interesting. I didn't expect he was gonna say that. I guess he feels he can't commit to that way of life.
The son of Jehoiada, the son
And
of a
she
valiant
needs
man
that.
of Kabzeel,
And he knows she needs
who
that
had
to be
done
happy,
many
I
acts
guess.
of valor, slew 2 men of Moab and went down and slew 3 lions in the midst of a pit in the time of snow. Whew, 3 lions. And Benaniah slew an Egyptian who had a sword. He took away his sword and slew him with a staff. I guess that must mean a club. Oh, brother, this is good writing.
Let's go.
He's getting into it.
What about the Bible? You can't throw it away. That would be bad luck.
Then keep it.
Oh,
All
man,
right.
hold on to it.
This is one book I'm sure gonna read.
Like they made it personalized for you. I kind of feel bad for him though.
I'd better take him back to the Morgans. Up today. That's a big boy. Why did Quirt leave so abruptly?
I don't know.
She's getting in on it on the plan.
Hey, boss!
Yeah?
Right on time. Look behind you.
Let's saddle up, men.
So what exactly are they planning to do? Is it take the stuff and then sell it for the... What is more to the other guy kind of take the stuff that they make from it?
Hey, Quirt, what does baguette mean?
I think I hear him.
It's way more interested than
Yeah.
Quirt is.
Let's get
right
this
now.
I don't know how I missed this book. You know, you're not very pretty, but I like you just the same on account of your head works. It's much nicer this way. You make it interesting. You know, anybody could just shoot these guys, but you think of an interesting way of doing it.
Maybe he felt like a pressure because of the way they were looking at him. Like, I don't want to say godlike figure, but something pretty significant. And he just didn't know how to process
You gotta shoot the witnesses.
Stop jabbering and let's go.
Okay, take it easy, pal. Stitching time, you know. I don't want to lose my war bags. And again, I figure if you'd change your mind about shooting if Loretta was with these guys.
Step up on that horse.
Okay, you got it. Or maybe you're just crowding Laredo into drawing on you in front of a lot of people. Trying to save them for a big night in town, huh? Hey, go.
Let's go.
Outsider there.
I guess he couldn't go a whole John Wayne Western film without him using gun or being some kind of battle at some point. Although he did actually at the start of the season for Don't they have guns? You want to be careful. Honda, that's another one of a Western John Wayne did. It's on my list as well. He might retaliate by attacking the family. But does he know he's close to them though?
It's a horse like Quirt at it. Yeah. That's just who it is.
Next time we're face to face.
Yeah, I know. Why don't you light out in those new boots and see if you can run him down?
There's gonna be some retribution there now. First time we've seen the saloon.
You know, this champagne may be a lot fancier than whiskey, but it sure don't give quick action.
To tell you the
God,
truth,
he's just
I
back
don't
into the
really
ways, isn't he, of how he was.
How do you like it, Lila? Tickle's going down and it's expensive, so I like
He's gonna run into Penny again.
You sleepy, tall man?
Nope.
Tired?
No.
Worried? Or
Regretting your
maybe
choice.
Just plain bored?
Not a chance, baby. You're never bored.
I wish I had that in writing. You know, it's been a long time since you told me that my hair reminded you of corn silk.
Oh, is she the one he was dreaming about? Margaret, is it?
Corn silk.
Gold and tawny.
That's right.
I wonder is that a red colored
All
dress
gold.
for him?
Tawny.
You've changed. You're less romantic and a lot more absent-minded.
He's just longing for
Take a turn at the wheel.
Penny.
Win yourself a farm in Kansas.
I don't want a farm in Kansas.
All right, I'll win you a trip around the world.
Be interesting to see what would that gentleman he said told to marry Penny.
Neil, the customers are waiting,
happened
and that's no
untrue.
way to treat customers.
Out and on the red.
Give me a stack of blues.
There's something in your eyes a little bit different, something that appeals to me. I love the way they change from angel to devil, always full of mystery. There's something in your smile a little bit different.
She's performing to the room, but really she's trying to perform solely to him.
If I could just be sure that you're on the level, I would never ask for more. I got a funny little feeling the first time we met.
17 odd and black. 17. There goes the last button on my shirt. All right, buddy, you gonna let it ride? On or off of 17.
Cash me in.
Something in your kiss a little bit different, something that I never knew. In every way, you're just a little bit different.
He's even looking around. He just seems lost, disinterested. He doesn't have that same zest, I guess, for any of it anymore.
Thanks for the money, Daddy. I hope you don't think I was him.
Bourbon, large glass.
Hey, there's plenty of room on either side. Do you have to come bulling in here between
It's like
us?
when you go on holiday and then you
I
come
didn't
back
see
home
him.
and initially
You interrupted a very
everything kind
important
of just seems
discussion on
flat.
serious matters regarding big things. Me and my brothers don't like it.
Gentlemen, no trouble, please. We just put the place back together after the last difference of opinion. Gentlemen, what with the breakage and the overhead, mainly the breakage, I've had a dreadful time keeping body and soul together.
If what I think is going to happen happens, it'll round out a full day.
Here's your trip.
What's eating you, tall man?
Did you have words with those Baker brothers? Who? Those 4 rhinos.
No?
It's told around they're quarrelsome citizens.
Gentlemen, let's consider the incident closed. Watch our tempers.
Maybe I ought to go apologize.
Do an apology by punching one of them in the face.
More whiskey.
Yeah.
Come, gentlemen, let's act like this.
I'll be right back. Oh.
God.
Where you been? Oh, Randy's always on point.
He ducked it and he got the hit.
Gentlemen, you don't know what you're doing to me. Please, I got a large favor.
I think this is part of just letting out frustration. What his feeling at the moment. Probably welcomes this.
Hey, wait a minute, it's me!
Again, he's it.
Muley, go ahead, get him. Watch out for that chair. That's my old friend, Muley. Come on, Muley, get in. Come on and get hold of it. Get into that, Muley. Come on, Muley, get him. Now, go on, keep after him. You got him, now you got him. That's fine, Muley.
Sneaky shit.
Thanks. I must have hit the wrong man.
I'll say you did, you.
Hey, Bert. Sorry, Court. How you doing? Don't worry about
Take a
me.
drink.
Come on. You wait outside and kick them and count them as we throw them out. Don't count.
That was good. Oh, John was shooting through the, or Court, I should say, was shooting through the window. I think you've had enough, guys.
Getting late.
Oh, honey, I was so afraid you'd get hurt.
And I'll never see my darling anymore. I'm sitting by the river and I'm weeping all the day. From your Kentucky shore.
Again, it's kind of like he's gone back to have a taste of this life again. And there's that comparison. Which one is more fulfilling for him, more rewarding for him? Don't remember him getting battered around the place when he was having that other life.
You get a Bible.
Quart! Oh, Randy, stop him.
With what?
Where's he going? Has he forgotten something? Oh.
Penny.
Penny, what is wrong with thee of late? Tablecloths don't belong in there.
Look at her fingers. Does she have a ring on? Is she engaged? I think so.
Unsaddle my horse, will you, kid?
Sure.
Want to board her for a while?
Of course, you're always welcome.
Quart.
Hello. Well, I haven't had a decent meal since I left here. Chocolate?
Not very good. The flour, you know.
Well, I'll just stick around. You
I think going by that look, she's engaged.
So early, Penny?
Yes. Help me, Quart.
I was just upset that he went without saying anything.
Does it take two to feed a few chickens, Mother?
At times, Thomas, at times. Remember?
You came back?
Yes.
Why?
Because he realized this life is much better.
Exactly.
Why did you go away without saying anything?
I don't know that exactly either.
Yeah, she's right to be upset about
I
that,
think it was
definitely.
because I frightened you. I know that sounds strange that I should frighten you, but I mean it. You were frightened because I was stupid. You thought that living with me would be tiresome and dull after a while. Tiresome and dull because All I knew, raised since a baby here on the farm, was our belief that people love, marry, and stay together forever after that. I'm not such a fool not to
He
know
probably
that
just felt like he might be tied down.
people love it.
Probably just needed time to think about it, because it's a much different life for him to have to undertake. She's lived it her whole life.
Are you ever gonna run down and let me talk?
No, Court, that's what you were afraid of, that I'd tie myself around your neck, and when you got tired, you couldn't be rid of me. And I made up my mind, if you came back, I'd tell you this, that whatever you want, Court, you can be.
If I go away, you go with me. If I go away, they go with me.
So she obviously didn't, Oh, wait, is he there? No. Marshall?
I used to be an Indian fighter. Just can't help walking up soft on people. Morning, Missy. This young man been doing any traveling since I was here last?
Yeah.
All over Casa Verde lost a big herd a few days ago.
Oh.
Why, Missy, cat got your tongue?
Why ask her? You know I've been traveling. You looked in the corral to see how my horse shaped up.
I did just that. And he sure covered a lot of country. He's a right weary animal. I just wanted to see would the young lady lie for you.
I was going to.
You been over Casa Verde way?
I've been to Rimrock, and I got witnesses to prove it.
Witnesses? For instance?
Randy McCall, Christine Taylor.
That's what I call witnesses.
Oh, the other name. Not Margaret, but the
Who
other
else?
name. Will come up.
Lila Neal, I
There you
suppose.
go.
She'd make a good alibi witness for you. Randy, Christine, and Lila. There's three to draw to. So Lila saw you there too, huh?
Yes.
Come here, Jughead. You $1.50 brush jumper. Ooh. Well, guess I missed you again, Quirt. But I'm patient. That's what hangs all you fellas in the end. I'm patient.
She was talking about her being like a rope around his neck. I have a whole different meaning to it here with that, what he said. This could alter things now as well.
You talked about her when you were delirious.
Look at that. As soon as I'd love to. I know it takes a lot of hard work, but as soon as I do wish I had a farm. I'm thinking one of those really nice summer mornings waking up. It's nothing but nice country land, animals. Could have much worse company. A couple of dogs in just go out running around the place.
I wish my hair were... Hers was like corn silk, you said.
Is there anything wrong with your hair, Penny? The Marshal again.
There's a sight I never thought I'd see. Quirt Evans behind the plow.
Pony walks as soft as you do.
I taught him. Oh, I figured you'd have hurt him. Except you were thinking too hard.
Haven't you got some real important business to attend to? Someplace else?
Yeah, it seems like you're just waiting for him to do something.
I always like to keep track of your whereabouts. You know, Quirt, I always figured on using a new rope and hanging you.
Jeez, what's wrong with this guy?
I kind of respected you. You never took the best of things, and all your men went down looking at you.
Well, mind your own business.
I usually do. It's a shame things don't always turn out the way they should. Now, that little gal should marry some young fella who'd know what to do with that plow.
Why don't you kick up that horse and move on?
Some young fella that raised a lot of grain. Cows, sheep.
Why is he saying this to him? Just to make him feel like crap?
She'd always know where he was.
Do I have to run you off?
Well, now, I'll tell you. I never have been run off no place yet, where I aim to stay. But it just so happens I gotta be going. No, Quirt. You don't raid a new rope with me.
Look, there's a lot of foo-for-all and nonsense have to go with it. I'm not gonna stand for a lot of dressing up and a batch of jabbering people looking at me just 'cause I'm getting married.
Quirt. Come along with me.
Well, yes or no?
Come along.
Picking blackberries?
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right.
But none of the marshals probably come in and probably confiscate your gun. It's around there all the time. I just hope there's not another incident that's gonna, because her heart was almost broken already, but if it happens a second time, something happens where he goes or just some big incident, I think that could be the last straw.
Never did like blackberries. No, I know I was right. There's too much work connected with it.
I'll get some more fern.
Look out, there's a wasp on that petunia.
Don't kill him.
Well, it's all right for you to trust wasps and people, but he might have known I don't trust him and decided to take first bite.
And incidentally, that's not a petunia, that's a daisy. That's a petunia.
Petunia, daisy, daisy, petunia.
Quirt Evans. Oh, nothing. I just like the sound of it. Quirt.
Was she in any other kind of big films after this?
The fellow who half raised me gave it to me.
Was it Gail Russell? Was that her name?
He found me somewhere along the big cattle trail. Folks had been bushwhacked by Indians, I guess. He was a big fella, cattleman. Swung a wide loop in his younger days, I think.
Wide loop?
Well, wasn't too careful whose calf he threw his rope at. Most of the old cattlemen were like that. He raised me. He was quite a guy. His name was Walt Ennis. He was down in a gambling place. Well, I grabbed his gun arm just as he drew. It was murder. Stop it.
Jeez.
Then what?
Well, I just bounced around from place to place.
Courthouse.
See, that's when you look at another side. Like, he didn't have the you know, the nice protective upbringing that she had with her family. You know, it's always a big thing how you, where you're reared, where you're from. You know, that's not always, but often will kind of help shape who you are as an adult. Like, and kind of your outlook at things.
I don't see any gun.
I know him. He's got a gun, all right. I know him.
No, he doesn't. Didn't she be a little more terrified? Like someone just shot at them. He'll probably find some way without using the gun to get the better of them. 15 minutes left. Oh my god! Jesus. It's inevitable they're going to catch up, like, we have a horse and cart. I knew one of them was going to hit that. That would put that there for a reason. Oh shit. Oh my god! Okay, I thought like there was a lot higher up and there was no water. Fucking hell. Might have saved their lives because they mightn't know where they went out. They probably just follow the sound of the horses. Or not. If you get under the to the area that covers you before they start shooting. Oh, as I see the hide, I'll assume they're dead.
Well, what are we waiting for? Nothing, I guess. Let's find a saloon.
Gives them a bit of time, I suppose, if they assume he's dead.
You don't have to be worried about Penny, Mother.
Oh, I can't help worrying about her, Johnny.
Oh my god.
Get that doctor and burn up the road both ways.
You wonder why she was so much more affected than him. Like, they both fell off into the water. That doctor's gonna have words and say, I told you so. Well, don't just do that blank and don't say anything kind of thing.
Drink?
I better hear how she is.
It's It's amazing. The varied uses to which men put alcohol. To each different individual, it's either a stimulant, a depressant, or an anodyne. Just now, I'm using it as an anodyne.
Get to the point.
The practice of medicine is one of the most infuriating professions known to man.
Oh, just say how she is.
It takes 30 years of experience to teach you that in the final analysis, there's nothing to do but stand and watch. If she has a lucid moment, you'd better speak to her. I'm not trying to argue you out of anything, but maybe you ought to stop and think. She wouldn't like this, Quirt. I'm not arguing for or against her point of view, but I know that to her, the world's worst tragedy would be that you should kill a man. Of course, you could
Or it might even be worse than what happened to her.
Know whether you'd killed him or not. I think she'd know. Any discussion has to have at least 2 participants. Of course, if you refuse to answer me,
Quirt.
If I felt cynical, this would be a good opportunity to observe that we're about to see a perfect example of an eye for an eye, etc. Unfortunately, I can't quote chapter and verse, and I'm too tired to be cynical.
But she is alive though still, isn't she?
Buster, you're very ill. They must not be moving about.
Mother, I've got to go to
They must get back into bed.
But he needs me.
This is insanity. I told you to keep her in bed. Do you want to commit suicide? You don't stay under those covers, young lady. There's no fever.
Well, they must do what the doctor says.
Mother, please.
I can't understand it. I can't understand it at all. There must be some logical, scientific explanation. I'm too old to start believing in miracles.
Maybe that's what it was.
Blankets.
The other 2 hadn't had me covered. I never let that Hondo Jeffries pistol whip me.
I thought that was the sheriff for a minute.
Evans hears about this. Him and me'll take the starch out of the whole caboodle of it. Why, Quirt and me once, well, that was in Dodge City several years back, when the Erts and Clantons were gunning it. Well, me and Quirt...
Come here.
Yes, Mr. Evans?
Colorado Stevens?
He's in the Eagle, and that pistol-whipping Hondo's with him.
Take him a message.
Hey, buy the boys a drink.
Celebrating?
Sure. Why not? But you ever get excited when you make a big win like this?
Why get excited? Sometimes you win and sometimes you lose.
Don't get excited, gentlemen.
When he hears that he's still alive. He sounded a little bit like
I ain't looking for trouble.
Lee Marvin.
I'm just
actually.
carrying a message.
Yeah? What is it?
Said to come out in the street. He's waiting for you.
Who says?
Quirt Evans.
Yeah, there you go.
What is this, a joke? Quirt Evans is... Take a
Alive.
look out in the street to see if it really is him.
No, I don't want to go.
Take a look in the street.
Well, they say a cat's got 9 lives. Maybe old Quirt's part cat.
He also said he was curious to know how much whiskey it would take
to
build up your nerve to
Yeah.
come out.
You fixing to get your ears pinned back?
There's a better pair of ears out in the street if you want to pin somebody's ears back. Here, you drink this.
Sure. I don't have to stand near you.
Come on. I wonder if that sharpshooting marshal's around town.
Oh, I saw him right out of town an hour ago.
He'll be back, I'm sure.
Wouldn't want him around here to spoil our play.
Yeah. I bet that's just exactly how you meant that.
Will Penny turn up maybe? Because I feel if he does this, it kind of removes any chance of them being together. Walking with a purpose, but is there a look in his eyes that maybe he's thinking, maybe I shouldn't do this? Will he come back? Remember like earlier when he was with his friend and the 2 girls in the saloon bar and he just wasn't happy? I guess, and then the other question is, does he believe she's dead? I don't know if he still wouldn't want that to happen.
Quick!
What father? Well, what are you gonna do? Better be careful, they could shoot you from behind or something. Take the bullets out. Or just give it away. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad that happened. I think it...
Wait. Step away from those women. Why don't you turn around, Quirt?
Who shot him? Oh, the marshal. The marshal shot him. I thought he didn't like Quirt at all. He was only hoping he'd be killed.
Nothing ever works out right. I had them dead to rights. They got the Baker stage. So I figured I'd watch the ruckus. You down them, and I'd hang you. Sorta killing
2 birds,
3
1 stone.
hawks with 1 stone, so to speak.
Or 3, I would 3 with the 2 of them.
And nothing ever works out right.
Yeah, I just didn't
I'll
mind
let
this.
you get him for it. But I'm patient. It's only a matter of time and I hang you.
Now, Not me, mister.
Yeah, he's changed man now.
No, and I'm a farmer.
Yeah, I think that was the right way to end it if they were going to be together. He can't use the gun anymore. This wouldn't have worked out. I'm glad they made that choice.
That quirt.
The gun.
Hey, Quirt might need that.
No. Only a man who carries a gun ever needs one.
What are you gonna do with it?
Hang it on the wall in my office. With a new rope.
So that was Angel and the Badman. I think, like, I wouldn't have this at the very top of the John Wayne westerns, but I think it's like a solid effort. But I do think it is unique in how it has that kind of that balance between the world that he did live in and this world with this woman he's falling in love with, this family that saved his life, that are really helping him, that it's this other possibility, this other world. But I like as well then that they have that he struggles to come to terms with that, because when you live a certain way for a long time, it's hard to change all that. Like the way, you know, I think that she probably may not have been able to marry him if he had shot the guy at the end. Even the fact that he left and didn't say anything, there was a moment there where she found that tough to take. Like if that happened a second time, I don't think she would have been able to marry him, which they probably eventually will end up doing. Yeah, I just like that kind of that balance, that kind of two worlds colliding that are so different. One very much of peace, you know, forgiveness, even those that do extremely bad things to you, and then the other that's just you use the gun, you get ahead, you know. So I think that's something that really elevates it. It made it very different. I also really enjoyed the chemistry between John Wayne and the actress. I think was it Gail Russell, I think, who played Penny. Their whole arc was really good. Like, and I gotta be honest, I think where it kind of lagged a little, just a little bit, was when he left. Like, I understand it added to the story in terms of him trying to find himself and then realizing I'm not of this world anymore. You know, you see he's just like so flat with being in the saloon and, you know, going out after when they're trying to rob the guy he was up against. I can't remember his name. Those guys when they were robbing from the cattle, whatever they were doing there. All of that kind of stuff, it wasn't really for him anymore. So it did work, but maybe they spent a little too long on it. But that's what I'm saying is that, like, I really enjoyed when he was on the farm with the family, with her. That stuff was really good. So on the whole, it was a good film. I did enjoy it. As I said, not top like of my favorite John Wayne westerns, but definitely not bottom either. Like, I think it's a good solid entry with a unique component to the storyline. But guys, let me know in the comments your thoughts on Angel and the Badman. Where to rank among your favorite John Wayne westerns and your favorite westerns in general. I'd love to hear your thoughts. But until next time, guys, it's long ago.